very often. This is only our second time. We just got to Lake Havasu City in Arizona. Mr. Cameraman and his mom are in her casita right behind us, and me and Xena are about to attempt to prep and make our entire Thanksgiving dinner in the camper. So there is quite a lot we need to do. So I am going to start by getting out our slow cookers. I have 4 today. I'm going to be making corn, green bean casserole, and then a turkey cheese dip and mashed potatoes in my slow cookers. Then I'm also going to be air frying some green beans and smoking 2 different kinds of turkey. So let's get started. I'll set you guys up right here. Here is the first slow cooker. In this one, I'm going to do a bunch of the veggies. So I think, not exactly sure where I'm going to put it yet, but I think I can just start by making each little crock pot. So I've got my big container of tools back here. First, I'm just going to make this one for the corn. So I've gotten some no salt added corn. And then I have some white and gold corn. I really like the mixture of white and gold corn. I think that the white is really, really pretty. I actually wanted one that was entirely white, but Safeway did not have any. So we'll get both of these opened. Xena is very excited to eat everything. The only thing she cannot have is green beans. They don't really like her very much. So, I do think that I want to drain the corn so that I can add some of my own flavor in there. So this is really cool in our camper. You can just take right off the sink. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys that before. So I'm just going to drain that liquid. Now obviously the reason I can use slow cookers today is because we are hooked up to electricity. We're at one of our favorite campgrounds in Lake Havasu City. This is Campbell Cove. You can see the beautiful lake right from our campsite. So I've got those drained. So let's go ahead and pop those in. Now the goal here is that I'm going to get everything prepped for the smoker and all the crock pots. And I'm hoping that I can just cook everything for 2 hours. Okay, here's 1 can of white and gold corn. And here is 1 can of just normal yellow corn, but there is no salt added. I really like to try to control the sodium intake. Now for some flavor to put in there, I do have some butter. So we could put in some butter, and I have some squeezed garlic, which will be really, really good. And I have some beef broth. So we're going to put in a little combination of flavors. We've got a knife and a cutting board. Now I have made quite a lot in the camper before, but I haven't ever made a meal like quite this large. It's not going to be super big portions of everything. It's just going to be a lot of different things. But I did tone this back a little bit compared to what I would usually make at home. Now growing up, it was a lot different. In my family, holidays were like a big potluck. So not every single person was cooking, or I mean, not one person was cooking everything, but now I am the one that does all the cooking, which I mean, honestly, I'm kind of totally fine with. I like having total control in the kitchen. I'm just going to add that whole glob of butter. I love butter. This is unsalted butter, and I just want to make sure, because some sticks of butter are different. 8 tablespoons. And like on a day like today, Thanksgiving, I don't really follow recipes. I just do whatever I want in that moment, and every single year I do something totally different. I make the same kind of items, like I always make corn, mashed potatoes, green beans, but every year I do something totally different while making all of those things. I'm really excited this year to smoke the turkey. Actually, as we pulled in here, one of the people staying at Campbell Cove is deep frying their turkey outside. That terrifies me. I most definitely do not want to deep fry my turkey this year. I think I might add some squeezed ginger too, just because I have it. Why not, right? Safeway actually gave me this minced garlic, this squeezed garlic by mistake in my order. And at first I'm like, really? I just like garlic in the jar. But then I thought about it and I'm like, this is like really convenient. It's a lot less messy. You can't really spill it. And I want these to be crazy packed with flavor. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of squeezed ginger and 2 tablespoons of squeezed minced garlic. Yes, those tablespoons were a little heaping. I can already see everybody at work is going to tell me, oh, you teach people to do level scoops. Our fridge got a little cold, so my beef broth is pretty melty, but that's okay. And this is low sodium. I mean, I just said it was melty. It's a little frozen. We are going to add 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons of low sodium beef broth, or 1/4 of a cup. And the butter is also 1/8 of a cup. I mean, half of a cup. And the squeezed ginger and the squeezed garlic are 2 tablespoons or 1/8 of a cup. Just depends on what you like to say and what kind of measuring spoons your set has. I'm going to try to back you guys up just a little bit. Thanksgiving, I think, is really just a time to be grateful for everyone around you. And I love cooking for people because I think that that shows them that you are grateful for them. And even if you get in a really big argument, like some people do right before a holiday like this, you kind of get over it, realize you still love each other, and then you can make them a delicious meal on Thanksgiving. Even if you are not at home. Now, I'm just gonna mix up those flavors a little bit. Obviously, the butter is in a big chunk, so that's not gonna be mixed up at all. So, beefy, garlicky, gingery, buttery. I think those are going to be really, really tasty. So that is the first crock pot down. Let's move on to the next one. My personal favorite. I'm we are going to be making green bean casserole in this one. Now, this may be a little controversial in your household, but when I make green bean casserole, I use whatever cream soup I want to. And I love cream of celery, so I got the Healthy Request cream of celery. And then I have 2 cans of no salt added cut green beans. So we are going to open all these up. I am going to drain these again, just like I did with the corn. Talk about being grateful. I really need to FaceTime my parents. My mom has been wanting that for quite a while now. Sometimes I just don't feel like talking to people, though. I think everybody's like that sometimes. So we'll move this out the way. Pick you guys up. Now I know we're camping, so you don't have tons of leftovers. And I know we're still before. Oops. I mean, I set an alarm to start this before, but I started it later. Okay. So we'll dump in both of our cans of no salt added cut green beans. Do you guys like green bean casserole? I feel like that in itself, doesn't even matter what kind of cream soup you use. I just feel like green bean casserole is controversial. You either love it or you hate it, I feel like. I think I have a small little spatula. Apparently this one is the only one I have. It looks like the other one might have gotten broken. I love having that tub for my cooking stuff in the camper. I used to just shove all of it in this upper compartment, but now I put my food in that upper compartment, and then I put that under the bed full of all of the cooking tools, and I think that works a lot better. Here, you're also going to get kind of a little tour of our Midwest Auto camper here. But this is where I used to put all of our cooking tools. And as you can see, I have this totally crazy packed full of food. So that works really well for us, putting our food up there. So now I'll just give that a quick little mix to get all of our green beans covered in that creamy soup. Now Mr. Cameraman doesn't really love green bean casserole. He has eaten it before, but I really want to make this him approved this year. So normally I would mix cream of celery, cream of chicken, and cream of mushroom if I'm making like a huge pan, but he does not like mushrooms. So this year I wanted to do cream of celery. And he'll eat the green beans, he'll eat the celery, and then for kind of an added craziness, I am going to put in some bacon and cheese. No idea what it's going to taste like, but who cares? It's going to be at least delicious. Might not be the best thing ever, but it will be good. So we've got some Velveeta here, and I've got this crazy, I still can't get over how cool it is, bacon. It's literally not pre-cooked. My dad is probably, if he watches this, he'll freak out because this is not Webster City, Iowa custom meats bacon. But this stuff comes in plastic bags, and you microwave the bag, and the bacon comes out so crispy. So what you do, each one has 4 slices in it, each bag, You place it in the microwave and microwave on high for 2.5 minutes or until crispy. So I'm going to do 3 minutes and then it's crispy. So I'm going to throw one of these into the oven. Not into the oven, into the microwave. Start that for 3 minutes. Now I can chop up some of our Velveeta. This is just the original Velveeta. Now I do have my scale, but I don't really need to be super crazy accurate because, like I said, I make up all these recipes every year. I just want you guys to be able to recreate them if you think they look delicious. I think I'm going to take 4 ounces of Velveeta. Just follow the lines on the package. I watched a guy on YouTube. I feel really bad because I can't remember his name right now. But he is a YouTuber, and he just tried a whole bunch of American food because he moved here from Europe. And he was like freaking out about Velveeta. And in my head, I'm like, dude, Velveeta has been a part of my life forever. I can't imagine not having it. It is the most creamy cheese ever. So now I'm just going to dice this up into some smaller chunks. Since I'm not heating it right now, it's not going to be like totally blended. So I want it to be in small enough chunks that it can be evenly distributed throughout the green bean casserole. Oh my gosh, that bacon smells so good. And the bag like literally inflates. It's the craziest thing ever. It's like a bag of popcorn inflating in there. Now Velveeta does stick together, so I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. I hope so, because I think cheesy bacon, green bean casserole with French fried onions on top. Mr. Cameraman doesn't like onions, but he has had like crispy onion straws and French fried onions and does not have a problem with them. Let's wash off my hands really fast because Velveeta is quite messy. I don't know what it is, but if you just cut a slice and put it in a pan, it doesn't stick to your skin. But if you actually dice up the pieces, instead of just cutting like a big slice, then it does stick. So I just want to make sure that those do get broken up and distributed. Don't want a giant chunk of cheese. And our bacon is done. So we can leave that in there to cool down just a slight bit while we break up this Velveeta and mix it in. Have you guys ever done anything like this? Made a big meal in the camper? I almost said fancy. Yeah, fancy while using canned green beans and Velveeta. So let's get that all smeared around. I know this isn't a very fun live stream. I really wanted to turn this into a video, but I'm like, there are so many pieces, it would take me forever to edit. I felt like it would never happen, so that's why we decided to do this. There is our crispy bacon. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I want to put in here except for that bacon and the Velveeta. I do have quite a few choices for cheese. Sharp cheddar, aged cheddar, queso fresco, queso quesadilla. To go with kind of the yellow cheese theme, I think I'm going to go with extra sharp cheddar cheese. so I'll get that. And I'll get cable. Right now, me and Zena are doing a live stream. I think you just had to go up front and get a cord. You just had to go up to the office. I'm not sure, though. Do you want the packet thing? So you just need the skinny cord and the Roku, right? And that's who I'm cooking for. Sadly, you could not get a realistic size container of French fried onions. You had to get a giant container. Obviously, I think that would be a little bit overkill on such a small portion of green bean casserole. But that's what it looks like so far. I mean, I think that's going to be super tasty with those pockets of cheese. So now, I think I need to... I am not the best at this. My really nice tripod broke. So now I'm using this little bendy one I got at Target. I'm going to chop up our crispy bacon. I just can't believe that you can go from raw bacon to crispy actually looks like delicious bacon in a microwave inside of a camper. So we've got our bacon here, 4 slices. I'm contemplating, I know in the slow cooker the bacon is going to lose most of its crispiness. I know it's fully cooked though, so it's not going to get crazy soggy. But I don't know if I want to mix it in or if I want to leave it in the topping. I think I want to leave it in the topping. So we've got that right there. Now I'm going to get our crunchy, delicious, and you can't make green bean casserole without them crunchy onions. Don't really know how a normal human measures these. So that's about 1/3 of a cup. I think we should probably do more than that, maybe 2/3 of a cup. Okay, so we've got the 4 slices of bacon and 2/3 of a cup of our crispy onions. I'm going to wash my hands one more time after I break these up a little bit. When you're cooking in a camper, you really need to continually keep your hands clean. And the other reason I can make this big of a messy meal is because we are plugged in. If we were boondocking, I would not do this because the amount of times I would need to wash my hands, we would run out of water before the food was even cooked, before I was ready to do dishes. So I've got some extra sharp cheddar cheese here. I think I'm just going to do 1/3 of a cup. See what that looks like. I think I'm just going to put the cheese directly onto the casserole. kind of layer it. So a little bit of cheese, a little bit of the bacon and the crispy onions, a little bit more of the cheese. I don't want like tons of cheese because I know my family has tried to put cheese in green bean casserole in the past and it hasn't been the best thing ever. But I don't think we used Velveeta, and I don't think we put bacon in it. And then the rest of that cheese. Again, rinse off our hands. I'm thankful for the Lord that gave us water, or else this meal would not be possible, and I would have stuff all over the camper. Here is our crazy, crazy, crazy cheesy bacon green bean casserole. So that crock pot is ready. We've got our third little mini crock. I'm going to get these items out of the way. I feel like I might need this spatula, but it is covered in cream of celery soup. Now I'm going to make something that I've never made before. I'm going to try to make just some sort of like a turkey cheese dip. I will eat gravy. I'm not like in love with gravy. Mr. Cameraman definitely does not like gravy or doesn't love gravy. So we're going to be making a turkey Velveeta dip, which I am super crazy excited about. So we'll get our Velveeta right back out again. I think I'm going to use, I don't know, maybe 8 ounces. I don't want tons of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we just put our Velveeta down in there. And I looked everywhere for turkey stock. And apparently everybody buys turkey stock for Thanksgiving. So I don't have turkey stock. So to give it kind of that poultry flavor, I do have some chicken stock somewhere. Right behind our beautiful jug of apple cider, which we're going to be cooking one of our flavors of turkey in. But I've got our chicken broth here. And I want this to be like drizzleable all over everything. So I'm going to put in maybe kind of a lot. I'm going to put in half of a cup. And then just to give it like that extra like punch, because I'm not like a huge fan of beef, but I love beef broth. So we're going to put in a tablespoon of beef broth. Tablespoon of beef broth, half a cup of low sodium chicken broth. Oh my gosh, I just turned on the sink. Crap, crap, crap. The worst thing, I've done that before. The worst thing about this camper, the only complaint, is they have an outlet right next to the sink. And it's like, I cannot be the only person who has ever been in one of these that has done this. If I am, I'm a total idiot. But I'm praying that I'm not the only person who has done that. So, let's get you all dried off. Don't want to get electrocuted or anything. I am just falling apart right now. My leg came off. Okay. So, what I was trying to do when I put water everywhere was get this handy dandy squeezed garlic. One tablespoon of minced squeezed garlic. And no, you will almost never see me chopping real garlic. Way too much work, and nobody has time for that. Literally nobody. They will pretend they do, but they do not. And here's the turkey we're going to be smoking. Still a little frozen, but I'll be able to pull them apart. It will be fine. I have this shredded turkey that I got from the store, like pre-shredded. Let's see what the sizes are. They gave me 2 containers. They're each about half a pound. I don't know, I just think that that's a lot of turkey. Possibly. I don't know. I don't care if it's a lot of turkey. That is so good. Xena! Turkey! Definitely don't need the full half a pound. That stuff is packed in there pretty tight. And this is like from their deli, but it's not like normal sandwich turkey. Like they actually have a giant turkey breast that they shave it off of. So, what do I want to do? Let's see what a quarter of a pound looks like. So 4 ounces. Getting all these put together is taking me much longer than I thought it would. So that's 2 ounces. Let's dump that in. And then we'll get 2 more. Just because it's so good. I am kind of bummed they gave me just this like sliced turkey. I had ordered like actual turkey breast, like shredded up, like big chunks, like in like a shredded chicken sandwich. But apparently they ran out of that variety of turkey. So we've got our turkey in there. Our turkey, our cheese, and our garlic. And the broth. Beef broth and chicken broth. I don't think there's anything else I need to put in there. The Velveeta is going to get super melty. That liquid will spread it out a little bit. If I need to put in more liquid at the end, I have some oat milk that I can put in there. Actually, let's just do it now. Got extra creamy oat milk. One quarter of a cup. So I want this to be like really loose. Like I said, I want it to be like pourable. Similar to a gravy, so you can pour it all over your entire plate if you want. So that is the last crock pot, or the last mini crock pot. Now I have my big crock pot that I am going to make slow cooker mashed potatoes in. This thing is quite large. So let's get you moved. I don't know if we're gonna fall over. Hopefully not. You can tell I don't do this very often. I'm doing this just for fun. Okay. That's as good as we're gonna get. So, we're gonna take the top off, put it right here, then go up in this totally packed with food cupboard. Get out our little containers to smoke our turkey in. Get out our potatoes, 1.5 pounds. This slow cooker is probably overkill, but I didn't have anything else. So 1.5 pounds of multiple colored mini potatoes. Now into there, I am going to add some chicken broth. Let's do 2/3 of a cup. I really don't know how this is going to turn out. I've never done this before. I googled the dough and apparently a lot of people do it. Butter makes everything better. 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Thanksgiving is not the time to be healthy for me. It is the time to eat food that is delicious. And then I have some cheese. I have some ricotta cheese and some queso quesadilla cheese. And some fancy aged cheddar cheese. This one I'm using for another recipe on this trip. So I need to cut it in half. I only need 3 ounces. This whole thing is 6 ounces. Drop that in there. These are going to be very cheesy potatoes. I love cheese. This bag is 7 ounces. That smells so good. I like to measure my cheese in ounces. That's 1 ounce of queso quesadilla. Two. Three. So in total, 3 ounces of aged cheddar, 3 ounces of queso quesadilla, and ooh, I just got stuff everywhere. Good thing I can clean up. That cheese is way too messy. Ugh. I feel like I just got that everywhere. I'm going to see how many ounces a third of a cup is. Almost 3 ounces, so we will put in 3 ounces of ricotta cheese. Super creamy, super cheesy. And then once they're done, I'm just gonna mash them up. I hope and think that that's gonna turn out really delicious. And like I said, I think I'm gonna try to cook everything for 2 hours. But this is taking me a little bit longer than I had planned. Now I just gotta get the 2 turkeys ready. Scoot over, Zena. Make room for the mashed potatoes. Now I'm gonna be going outside. I'm gonna be smoking these on my Traeger. Oh my gosh, the lids are plastic. I just realized that. I could have sworn in the picture online the lids were aluminum foil. I don't know if the turkey is going to dry out. Shoot. That's okay, we're going to have to make it work. This turkey is pretty much thawed. So, we're going to put, this is 2 tenderloins. And I thought, hey, they're giving me 2, so I might as well cook it 2 different ways. And it's 24 ounces, so each one is 12 ounces. Turkeys are huge. I mean, think of a chicken tender, and then you see this giant turkey tender. Huh, that one is fat. Just got turkey on my fingers, so we're gonna be grateful for God again, who invented this magical thing called water. Wash our hands. Now I'm gonna smoke these in liquid, so it's kind of gonna be like poaching and smoking at the same time. So the one is gonna be in spicy apple cider. I've got the apple cider right here, so let's do that. I already have this cup out, so we're gonna go for it. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. I feel like I should mix this up first. I just want the world to know that this was $8.99 for this jug of apple cider. And if you get other brands, same with my cranberry juice, not $8.99, but it was very expensive also. But if you get other brands, it's a whole bunch of juices like mixed together. I'm like, I just want cranberry juice. I just want apple cider. I don't want all this other bahooey. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so we have 1 cup of apple cider. Looks so tasty. Let's get this. Jeez, I feel like I am a mess. Woo! While we're at it, we're just gonna put in our cranberry juice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now these are pretty little, I guess. So maybe if I just turn up the heat a little bit, I'll be able to cook all this stuff in maybe like an hour and a half instead of 2 hours. Okay, now into our spicy apple cider one. I have these amazing little things called sport peppers. I had never heard of these until this week. We were using them at work. So I'm going to snag a couple of those. For our spicy apple cider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe 10 is enough. I want it to just be a little bit spicy. Zena, you just walked in the dirty dishes. You have to stay up there for a little bit longer. She is such a good sous chef. So that's all we're putting in the spicy apple cider. I think that's going to be tasty. And then we are doing herbed cranberry. So I've got some herbs from my garden, but sage has not been able to survive, so I bought some sage at the store. This is a 0.66 ounce container. Nothing else to do with this, so we're just going to shove all of it in there. And then we're going to put in about the equal amount, that looks like the equal amount, of my homegrown rosemary. Arizona grown. It's gonna taste the best. And then about the same amount of basil. Don't get mad at me if I just throw the rest of this basil away. My plants literally grow like absolute craziness. We'll just shove all of it in there. So we have our herbed cranberry. I'm sure all those herbs are just gonna burn on the top. Let's try to get them pushed down into that cranberry juice. I don't know though, I feel like these are gonna taste so good. I hope that's not like paper. I think that's just like turkey skin. Wash our hands again. Thank you, God, again. Now, I have everything prepped. So, I mean, thanks for watching. I don't want to keep you guys here for like a million years. Now I just have to cook everything. But I've got the turkeys ready. I just got to go put those on the smoker right now. I just had to plug all these in. I had to plug in my potatoes. The only thing I had to do is once the meal is almost done, I'm going to come in here. Come here, Zena. Zena, come here. Come on. Zena, come here. She's hiding. Come here. Once the meal's almost done, I'm just gonna come in and prepare my air-fried green beans. That is Mr. Cameraman's favorite way to enjoy green beans. So in case he doesn't like the casserole, I still wanted to make those for him. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. Thanks if you joined our live. We think it's kind of fun to go live every once in a while. But enjoy your Thanksgiving. Make sure to share what you're grateful for and get out and enjoy nature and food as much as we do. Have a great one. Zena, we gotta end this thing.